All right, guys, we're going to talk about how to post in Instagram and how to post the podcast, kind of this guy here, how to post that in Instagram. So essentially what this is, if I click on it,
health is lumped into that as well. So even if you're not a runner or a CrossFit athlete, guys, like health is a part of this. And it really is a huge part of this because, all right, it's not just, hey, if you work yourself to death, you're going to lose your family and your relationships, but you can also have a lot of health.
All right. So anyway, so that is it's basically a minute or a little bit less than a minute clip that we're going to go over how to make on Instagram. So in the beginning, I'm going to send you this, and then all you got to do is post it. So we'll go over how to post this on Instagram. First of all, thanks for choosing to work with Alf Prezek Physio. There's a lot that there's a lot of important parts of a lot of important reasons why we use social media, and I just want to highlight the importance of that. Right, social media allows us to get our name out there and have patients realize what we do and have a call to action at the end. Really helps get a couple patients per month from this. So it's a great way to have brand awareness, but also get patients from it. So. But this is a kind of a snippet of an episode of a podcast. So I will send you these to begin with, and eventually I might have you make these. They're not really hard to make. But so let's say, hey, you have this now. Let's learn how to upload this onto Instagram. So what you're gonna do is go out here. You're gonna hit the kind of this plus sort of icon on the top here. So hit that plus. What it's gonna do is gonna bring you to a list of of different, you can do a post, you can do a reel, a story. Actually hit Instagram TV. I don't know why I didn't hit the right one. I don't know why, but this is the only one that lets me manage. So if you hit manage, it will go to your photos and you'll be able to click my settings. Go back. It'll allow you to click the photos that you want to upload. So for me, I have a bunch I just got back from vacation, so it's me whitewater rafting. And then my friend decided to take a million photos of himself on my phone. Ignore those. But hey, there it is on my camera roll. So I'll click one and say, hey, I'm going to add that on. Done. Besides a couple other photos, now it's there. But we don't want to make it Instagram video. So we're going to hit the cancel button on the top left here. We're going to go back. Go to cancel. There we go. And we're going to hit that plus again. And I'm going to go to post. Sometimes I make these reels. So I'll let you know, I'll say, hey, make it a reel. We're just gonna go over the post really quick. The reel's not much different, but we're gonna go over the post, boom. And it's media whitewater rafting, we don't wanna use that one. So we're gonna go, actually surprised, now it's working, it's weird. Okay, well, I guess you might not have to do that. If you can get on here and it's already there, cool. Like I can just click it now, right? It's right, boom, right there. But if it's not there, go back, what we just went over, go to the Instagram videos and you can manage it and edit on. But it's there, so we're gonna click it, boom. Let me make sure we can hear it.
Even if you're not a runner
or
a CrossFit athlete, guys, like health is a part.
All right, this is basically what you do. All right, you can change like this kind of style of setting here. Don't worry about that. I don't care. Hit next, top right corner. So now it brings you to this part where you can actually write some stuff like, hey, what are we going to write in this caption? What are we going to say? For this, I'm going to send you some general things that I want you to say. And it's pretty easy to do. We're here, right? You can write on the bottom here, the keyboard's there. I typically like to write like on this episode. It's kind of hard to type on this thing with it on the tripod. On this episode, right, we are talking about how to juggle your family, right? How to juggle your family life, right, and career with your sports. If I misspelled anything, life and career with sports. And then I'll talk about a couple other things I like to throw in. I know that doesn't look very good. I'm just doing it fast. And then, right, I like to write in like, hey, we're gonna put talking about this. Maybe I'll put the muscle kind of muscle arm there, the biceps. But I'll I'll shoot you a message with this and say, hey, here's what I want you to say generally. But I'm going to go back after this and show you generally kind of what I've said in other ones, so you have a kind of an idea of what I like to say. But I'll let you know what to say, what the podcast episode's about. We'll just do okay. Hit okay in the top right, and then tag people. Generally, I just tag myself, or I tag Matt Silver PT. So Matt Silver. It's like a picture of me there. So always tag myself in all these posts. And then if you add a location, sometimes I like to add Frederick, Maryland, or I like to add Germantown. I should let you know this. If not, you can choose one. It's the Health and Fitness Frederick podcast, excuse me. So choose Frederick, Maryland, and put that right on there. And then what you can do here, and this is for, and a lot of this is the same for whether it's a reel or a post. What I want you to do now is you can go here, and I'm going to send you this. All right, give it 1-2 spaces, and get out of here, scroll up. I want you to go to your notes, on your notes. That's just some business thing I was going to do. Go to, I forgot which one this is on me, but I want you to make a separate note and have it say call to action, okay? I'm going to send you this. It'll say call to action. Put it in your notes. You're going to go back to this over and over again to make your life easy. If not, you're going to have a hard time doing these, and you're going to waste time. I'd rather you not waste time, right? Boom. Questions about, this one says questions about Glute Max activation, DMS, or contact us, right? It has my entire call to action here. This is what I want you to do. And if you want, I also have hashtags underneath it. I'm just going to do this for now because I have different hashtags that I use. Copy and paste this, put it in there, right? You do not want to type this back out. It's going to be a pain in the ass. It's going to be a pain in the butt. Don't do that. It's going to waste time. Please don't do that. If you do, it's just going to waste time. I highly recommend don't doing it. You're going to hate it. Boom, copy and paste it. Now it's already in there, right? It says, questions about Glute Max activation. Obviously here, right, we're not talking about Glute Max activation. We're talking about, hey, questions about, we're talking about balancing your family life with your career and with your athletic or your sport, right? Questions about, balancing your life. Questions about, I'm going to say balancing work life and your sport. Actually, what I'll probably say instead of that, because that's a good one to say, but we can also say, hey, questions, questions about, injuries, questions about aches and pains. DM or contact us, alphabetsphysio at gmail.com. Our 3-step process to your recovery. We use a personalized one-on-one approach to find the root cause of your pain, address the underlying root cause, and then give you the tools to stay pain-free long-term. Right? And we also offer virtual consults and treatments, DMS, for more information. So now, that's not the end though. What I want you to do is, so that's a pretty self-explanatory. You only have to work on this top part here of like questions about blah, 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 whatever the post is about, which I will let you know. If you have questions, shoot me a text. It's totally fine. And I'll probably shoot you a text as well and say, hey, this is what I want this post about. So now what we're going to do is we are going to create a couple more spaces. So space, side thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, dash, 1, 2, 3, 4, dash, 1, 2, 3, 4, dash, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, so just do that 3 or 4 times. Now I want you to grab your hashtags, okay? I want you to have a separate note in here for hashtags. I just know where mine are. As long as you know where they are, you can find them. Sometimes hashtags get overused, sometimes they don't. I have some in here I'm gonna delete because they just don't make any sense. Like I have like Charm City Run, Columbia, which just doesn't make sense at all with this post. So go through them. I'm gonna give you a bunch, save them, go through them and say, some of them I do like to keep on. Like for this one, I'll keep on, I think there's about 30 of these hashtags on here. I'll keep on Glute Max activation, why not? Distance runner, Glute Max, Charm City Run, I'll get rid of that because that just doesn't really apply here. FitFam, I've been getting a lot of spam lately. I'm gonna get rid of FitFam. So with hashtags, I'm gonna make a separate video on this too, but with hashtags, there's certain ones that we want to use and ones that we we don't want to overuse too many. So with marathon training, we click this. I'm actually going to redo. Come on, there we go. I'm actually going to redo this. Come on, get down there. There we go. So if we do marathon training, you can see it says on there 6.2 million posts. This is a big one, right? We can use this one, but we know it's a big one. Instead, right, we want to have a degree of ones that are right 1 million and over, between 1 million or between, like, I believe it's supposed to be between 10,000 and 100,000, and you want some that are under 10,000. So you want a good mix of like 10 of each. If you can get 30 is great. So gait assessment, this is a great one because gait assessment is, if I can click it, man, this does not want to click anything. There we go. If we go to gait assessment, that is 1,000 posts or few, 1,000 plus posts or fewer than 1,000 posts. Or if I did gait analysis, we can actually do both. Analysis is 27K posts, which is great, which is kind of the hardest one to get, is that between 10,000 and 100,000. So I'm going to actually have gait analysis on here. We can add gait assessment on afterwards too, because I think that's also a great one. Again, you have to make sure that hashtag, the pound symbol's there. Gait assessment, boom. And I'm going to get rid of self-treat. I just don't like that one. Sports medicine, get rid of that one. Rehabilitation. So there's some on here, guys, that are good, some on here that are not so good. But like Chumps to run Columbia, I'm taking those ones out and replace them with Germantown and Frederick. Kind of the two spots I market to the most. But guys, this is kind of basics of what we're doing with the hashtags. So I'll send you a list of ones I want to be used, ones I kind of in combination, and feel free to play around with them on ones that don't make sense, but I don't take all of them out like gait assessments. They don't really apply too much here, but I still like to use that. Click OK, and when you're ready, you will click share. I'm not going to share this because I already posted this, but this is just a great example of how to do it. On the bottom here, it'll say, hey, you post on Facebook. For me, it's automatically going to do that. You don't have to click that. It should automatically post on Facebook. And that's the goal, guys, is to post most of these things, not only on Instagram, but also on Facebook. This has been how to post a shortened podcast episode to Instagram. Thanks again. So I almost forgot to add this on here. This is an example of one I posted previously. Let me open it up here. Just so you can see. So on here, let's get that screen to zoom in. So what I wrote, surprised it's taken for so long to get it. There we go. Basically what I wrote was, on this episode, we're talking about how to manage your busy life as an athlete, having a career and having a family or relationship. Maybe being an athlete is being a distance runner, a CrossFit athlete, or maybe it's playing soccer. Man, come on. This phone is killing me. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. I'll just back it up. I don't want that to be there. Let me just zoom in. There we go. How easy was that? All right. So guys, I almost forgot to do this. This is an example of what I wrote on the first one. So 47 views. I tend to get 60. This is not a very good one, but on this episode, we're talking about how to manage your busy life as an athlete, having a career. Let me back up. Having a career and having a family or relationship. Maybe being an athlete is being a distance runner, a CrossFit athlete, or maybe it's playing soccer on the weekends. Whatever your sport, job, or family situation you find yourself in, being able to balance your time between all three is key to having a happy and fulfilling life. Check out the Health Fitness Frederick podcast anywhere you get your podcast. Almost forgot, always put that on there, guys. Check out the Health and Fitness Frederick podcast anywhere you get your podcast, and then I have the whole thing I went over, the call to action, and then we have the hashtags way down here. I commented to Listen Frederick. They sponsor my podcast. Or sponsor the Health Fitness Frederick podcast. That is an example of kind of what I want to put here, and I will I'll always message you and say, hey, this is generally what I want, but this is how I'd like it to be done.